What's up, you guys? It's your boy Eddie Maximilian back in for another video. Today's video, we have a 2017 Yamaha FZ10. Not sure if you guys are familiar. The FZ10 came right before the MT10. Essentially, it's nearly the same bike. They did change the maps a little bit between the two models, but the motor, same motor. CP4, just like the R1, it's just the maps are different. These are tuned for more torquey type of riding behavior, and the R1s are tuned for more top end. So customer came in, he just installed a full Yoshimura exhaust. Actually, let me clarify, he installed a cap header back exhaust. So titanium headers, I believe, on this bike, and they're stock, and then he just removed the baffle and the cat and all that stuff in the middle, and then added the 3/4 pipe. Ever since he did that, his bike is spending a ton of gas and it's backfiring like crazy. So two solutions for that. Number one, we do block off plates, or two, the marble mod, which is you just block off the actual tube going to the airbox with a marble and stuff it in. It's kind of like an old school cheap quick fix. It works just as good. And as far as the backfiring goes, that should solve most of the backfiring. And we will also regulate his AFR in the fuel map to make sure that he isn't running too rich where he shouldn't be, or too lean where he shouldn't be. Get a nice flat AFR, and you'll have a more responsive, predictable bike and a nice linear curve for your horsepower and torque. Step number one, we have to warm up the bike. If you do not warm up the bike and you do a pull, it's going to read much lower than it would when you warm up the bike and do a few pulls, because the oil needs to heat up, and when it heats up, it becomes a little thinner. It's able to operate more efficiently. That way you'll get a higher reading in the dyno chart. Warm up the bike to temperature about 170 degrees or so. Do 3 pulls, get the average of the 3. That's our baseline. Then we go ahead and adjust our AFR, do the marble mod, put everything back together, and I'm good to go. I'm gonna do the POV on the Ray-Bans to show you where to access the ECU. The ECU is on this left side. We gotta take off this Allen right here, and that, I believe, is a 4mm Allen. This comes right out. It's got a little plastic washer. Put that to the side. Okay, and then this should just slide out. It's a little plastic cap. Another Allen underneath. It pops right out. Okay, ECU slides right out. I'm going to show you just with the flash, we're going to be able to do quite a bit of benefits to this bike. Again, there's our ECU. It's here on the side. Very easy access. Shout out to Yamaha for making it easy on this one. Okay, so here we are. This is the electronic throttle valve mapping. Okay, this whole top portion here, from 1.1 to 100, that's how much throttle input you're giving the bike. So 0% throttle, 100% throttle, 50% throttle, 1/4 throttle, and 0. We were to, let's just take the simplest at 100 here. Okay, this whole column, highlight this column. At the low RPMs, let's just call it 2000 RPM. We are getting 40% input at 100% throttle. Okay, clearly you're not going to get 100% at that low of an RPM, because the bike will just feel crazy. So it does start to ramp up. If you notice, 41, 47, 53, 70, 88, 94, 100. Now we are getting 100 up to 10,000 RPM. Okay, the rest of these 10.5 to 13, we're getting 70 and then 68%, which is crazy, because you're trying to go fast, or you want that throttle input to reflect what you want the bike to do, and the map just isn't going to let you. So we are going to go ahead and adjust everything pretty much where it tapers down on this area here, and maybe even give it a little bit more of a smoothness throughout the entire map. But the main changes are going to be over here in the bottom right corner. We have to tap into our RPM pickup wire to get accurate torque numbers. Again, I say this in all the videos. To get the proper and accurate horsepower number, you need that proper and accurate torque number. To get the proper and accurate torque number, you need the correct RPM pickup wire. It's very, very important that we have the correct RPM input into the dyno. Otherwise, we're going to get crazy numbers and it's just going to be completely inaccurate and we're just going to be lying to everybody. So we don't do that here. We get accurate, true numbers, and we also always tune in SAE. Let's get started. We're going to get this bike warmed up. Let's listen to that cold start. 40,000 miles on this bike, guys. This guy just had his valves done. Everything has been up to par on maintenance, and now he's here for the dyno tune. All right, there's also there's a check engine light here, guys. That's for the servo. There's no flap in the exhaust, so we're gonna let this warm up. You got to get that to higher temperature. Three baseline pulls take you to the chart, about 126, 127 or so. 3 pulls, there's your torque. All right, there's your AFR. So we're gonna do our best to regulate this AFR, make it a little straighter. Seems like it goes a little lean at the top and it goes way too rich down low and too lean in the beginning. So we're gonna fix all this, and that'll get us better numbers, better torque curve. Stay tuned for that. Move these out of the way. There it is. Okay. Now, we're now under the air box. Put the air box out of the way. I want to show you up close. You can see. Here we are. Okay. So, air box is out. All that stuff is out. Here is your pair valve, okay? It's all the way under there. Pain in the ass to get to, but in order for us to make this just a little easier, a little quicker, we're gonna stuff a marble down here. We're gonna take this clamp out, put a marble through there, and then put it all back together, and that'll get rid of our pair valve essentially. And then we're gonna go ahead in our Woolwich racing software and advanced setting, and we're gonna go ahead and disable that pair valve. All right, we'll take this clamp off. Take it off. Put it to the side here. And let's see if this marble will wedge. Yes, it does. You see that, guys? Look at that. Goes right on in there. Nice and tight. Stuff it in. Get it in there, boom. That is not coming out. That's a tight seal. Then we put our clamp back on. Like so. Make sure there's enough leverage here for us. That's it. Perfect. Pair valve is now blocked off. Then we're going to go ahead and reinstall everything back. Want to make sure that this snorkel goes into that box over there. And want to make sure that this lines up with that here, your pair valve. Alright guys, before I reassemble it, just want you to see, you can even see the marble. I don't know if you can see that in there. Well, you can see a little blue. A hint of blue. Right in there. Right in that little hole right there. Okay, so now, no air is going to be coming into this air box or being introduced into the motor. Unused, unburnt gases. It's just going to be air box to velocity stacks to throttle bodies and to the motor. That should eliminate about 95% of our pops because the customer doesn't want it, and contrary to popular belief, not a lot of people like the pop, so it's okay. And the bike will actually run just a little bit smoother when you get rid of that. So stay tuned. I'm gonna put everything back together, and then I'm gonna go ahead and do the flashing, do my first revision, and then we're gonna see what kind of gains we get. And we are back. First revision done. Flashing's been done. Let's see what we get now. Revision number 1, we gained about 8 horsepower. That's not bad. 8 horsepower, 10, airflow is crazy. We did manage to richen out the top end, but now we're gonna clean it out just a little more so we get it right in the middle. And we gotta fix this thing over here. Alright, revision 2 coming up. Started off at 127.37 with a torque of 69.9. Going through the revisions, 135, 137, 138, 139.98. That's the max I can get. I tried to get 140, but 0.02, you got to give me the 140. So 140 on the 2017 Yamaha FZ10. The naked version of the R1. And just to show you guys the difference here in the air fuel, this is how we started, it's how we ended. Big difference, guys. So we got gains all throughout the power band and torque, a little bit all throughout, and then gains all throughout power band, especially mid-range. See, 5.5, about 5 horsepower at the low to mid, and then we started breaking away here. 4 the high, and then at the very tippy top, 139, almost 20 horsepower. 20 horsepower on the top end, that is a lot. Like 18% increase, that's not bad. So a big reason for tuning your motor is so that you get the AFR corrected. A lot of times when you add these systems, these full systems, exhausts, the ECU map doesn't know what to do, so it's just dumping fuel. At the very least, get it flash and get like a general adjustment, but it's always best to bring the entire bike, because flashing will get you about 80 to 85% of the way, but dyno tuning will dial you in perfect. All bikes run different. You can have 3 of the same year, make and model, same mods. They're all gonna vary, guys. So ECU flashing is great, but dyno tuning is the best. I tune in SAE. Let's go to the chart here. SAE smoothing 5. That's what you see there at the top right. Whenever you see a chart and it says STD, those are non-corrected numbers. They don't take into account humidity, temperature, sea elevation, air pressure. None of that's taken into account. SAE in Jersey will be the same as SAE in Florida, SAE in Texas, SAE in Washington, SAE in California. So always ask for an SAE chart, not an STD, for the most accurate numbers. Again, this is Eddie here at ASAP Moto. Bring your bikes in for dyno tuning. I got plenty of slots. Season's starting to slow down. Get your bike in. I'll see you guys in the next video.